Drakeford could see this now.
Yeah, I'd like to slap him, to be honest with you.
Don't blame you.
Cost me 188 quid before Christmas. Cheers.
The Central Club.
What's going on, people? It's Colin Mace from the Central Club podcast. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the club and hit the bell button to be notified of future content. Today I'm in the city centre of Cardiff, well and truly central, and today we're going to go and speak to some of the public about the recent implementation of the 20-mile-hour restrictions. Shout out to Mark Drakeford, shout out to you.
I think the 20 mile an hour limit is a load of nonsense, because it's very hard to do 20 mile an hour in any vehicle. I've had it myself personally. I know it's very difficult. I think it should be scrapped.
I think it's absolutely shocking. I don't understand why they've done it. Just create more pollution, so it just don't make much sense really. He doesn't drive himself, so it is what it is.
My opinion of 20 mile an hour, a load of crap. Fine outside schools and hospitals, but otherwise what a waste of people's money. That's the only thing I got to say on it. You use more petrol, more diesel, you're running it on lower emissions. There's no benefit to it. It's all money in the government's pot. That's all I can say, mate.
20 mile an hour is, quite frankly, bollocks. It's been put in place. 20 mile an hour, you can't kill yourself from fucking 30 mile an hour, so mind the French, but appalling.
So what do I think of the 20 mile per hour new law? I think should be scrapped personally. It's impractical, to be fair. Like on all roads is very childish, I would say.
20 mile an hour speed limit, just causing road rage, absolutely useless. It's putting up pollution, which is something they're worried about, because you use more pollution at lower revs, or at higher revs than you do at lower revs. So yeah, I think they should scrap it, go back to 30.
20 miles per hour now is it's a bit like confused for us, because I do delivery job. We get paid for delivery, whatever you deliver. Sometimes you go like 170 star. You have to deliver that on the day, so that in 9 hours, and then you drive 20 miles per hour. We can reach on that.
It's not designed
it's
to
not,
work.
Yeah. I can get the money I have to take to the family. I have to pay the tickets for that. That is not worth it for me.
So if you could say something to the man in charge, what would you say?
I say maybe they have to think about other people as well, not about themselves. They have to think about other people, because the country is not even for you yourself who think about that. It's about each and every person, you know. We have to bring the bread to their family. Some of people, we have a dodgy job and kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not worth it for us. It's not going to work.
Okay, in my personal opinion, I feel that this 20 miles per hour whole rule is not as capable of capable approach for environmental safety. Like, okay, we are if a person will drive a car slowly, but then too it will take a person has to drive it anyway. Secondly, what I'll say that if a car is in slow speed, it will take more fuel. Then what's the purpose of this rule? So I think it's not the right approach right now. But I think many other approaches are good for environment and which can be implementable with related to the vehicles. Yeah, this is my opinion.
20 mile an hour restrictions, they are awful. I don't know if anybody can stick to it. It's just, I understand it around schools, busy places, yeah, I get that, but main streets is just ridiculous.
Does it affect you at all?
Yeah, I've been fined twice in 3 weeks.
Did you get any points for that?
3 points, £100 fine, and I had to do an £88 fine speed awareness course. So
if Drakeford could see this now.
Yeah, I'd like to slap him, to be honest with you.
Don't blame you.
Cost me 188 quid before Christmas. Cheers.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Thank you, mate.
I agree with 20 mile an hour in certain places, not blanket 20 mile an hour. All you're doing is make congestion everywhere. So that's my point.
The other point on it is that people are now being a bit pathetic on it. So if it's 60, they come to 50, there's 50, they come to 40, and it just keep coming down. So people are not quite sure about the 20, and they just keep knocking 10s off everything now. And that's what they are actually doing.
And another point is, you don't know if you're in a 20 or a 30 mile an hour place if you're not from the area.
Exactly, yeah. It makes sense.
Nobody knows which one's which.
Yeah. If Drakeford could see this now, would you say anything?
Yeah, it's all right for him. He has somebody driving him around, so it doesn't bother him at all. you know, but for real people who are working and things like that need to get somewhere, this is just ridiculous. And he's become a dictator now. He's told us to have this, not asked us.
And just causing congestion everywhere.
Thank you.
And we have signed the petition, so hopefully it gets done.
Send it to me.
I think it needs to be enforced.
Any reason for that?
Because there's so many dangerous drivers around, and you can't trust them, or a high percentage, to be responsible for their own actions. So unfortunately, it's got to be enforced.
So you agree with what Mark Drakeford done with the implementation in it?
We need safer roads.
Yeah.
You have to do something. They were dangerous roads. They are driving at 40 miles per hour down the town centre around where I live. Something had to be done about safer roads. Can't trust people to do.
Do you think
the right
that
thing.
maybe in certain areas like that is definitely something that they should call for, but maybe other roads no? Or do you think they made the right decision with the 20 mile?
They made the right decision. I'm not sure local authorities have implemented it in the best way in all situations. There are some bigger, wider roads that maybe have a bit more local nuance to it. But in built-up areas, which is what they're always, it needs to be safer because there are people dying. Every week I see a thing about a crash or a cyclist being killed. Drivers, too many drivers, think they are above the law, impervious. They have no responsibility. They will stop to let people park across the road.
Yeah, 20 miles an hour. Is that, and that's in urban areas? Yeah, as far as I remember. Yeah, I think fairly recently I decided to change my vehicle, so I got rid of my van that I was driving, and I'm sort of relieved I'm not driving, to be honest. I would find it very stressful managing my journey plan, you know, within the parameters of a 20 mile per hour. A sudden, it affects everything, you know, culturally, and it affects life outside of driving as well. It's just I don't think it's a rational decision, and it makes no sense. And I'm being very honest about it. That's my opinion, my honest feeling about it.
If you could give your say to Mark Drakeford, who makes those decisions, what would you say to him?
Mark Drakeford seems to have a track record of just ramming these policies through without any consultation with the public. So it's very disappointing, politics in Wales.
I feel that the 20 mile per hour, I feel like it shouldn't be applied as much as it is, you know, like everywhere, because a lot of roads have this rule. And I feel like a lot less should have it, because it creates a lot of like traffic, and it's just, especially for people trying to cross the road, it's really hard to actually cross when it's like the cars are going so slow, and it's just a whole thing. So I feel like few places should have this.
Personally, I think the 20 mile per hour is pretty stupid, because like people learning to drive, having to make that shift can be quite difficult, and those jumps between 20 to 30 is not fun, believe me.
I don't really agree with it. I don't think anyone does. I don't really think it's like beneficial, even environmentally, as like obviously with the car gears and stuff, people are revving their cars more, it's producing more like pollution regardless. I think it's just like it's making it frustrating for everyone. I don't really see the point of the law. I know a few people who've stopped driving completely just because of that. I get that's what they're trying to initially do, but the fact that they're not really doing that anywhere else in the world just tells you a lot. You know.
Basically, most of the roads in Cardiff and everywhere else have been 20 miles an hour for a while, so most people probably got used to it. So I think a lot of people who complain about the 20 miles an hour rule are the people who normally speed through. You can understand if it's just dropped from 30 to 20, but a lot of roads in Cardiff have been 20 for quite a while now.
I believe this 20 mile an hour thing that the Wales government has put out, it's actually good. It's good for both the pedestrians as well as the drivers. It avoids it avoids accidents. Just yesterday I saw an accident and the person sadly passed away. It was just because of the speeding thing. So this 20 miles I actually support it. it's a good thing. And so I'm not from here. It's been just 2-3 months that I've been here, and I would rather want this to also be implemented, not just in Wales but around the country and around the world, for that matter. Yeah.
Yeah, even though I don't live in Wales, I think it's very, very difficult as a driver to be able to physically drive a car at 20 miles an hour. That's my personal opinion. I accept that people will differ with that opinion, but that's how I think. It's very, very difficult as a driver to be able to drive at 20 miles an hour.
Thanks very much. Thank you.